In this video, I'm going to be selling almost all of my LEGO collectible minifigures on Whatnot because LEGO has put an end to my time collecting collectible minifigures. And as someone who has been collecting since the very first series back in 2010, I literally remember buying them on the shelves at Toys R Us, rest in peace. Like, it kind of cuts deep, but they have announced this week that they will be replacing the classic plastic bags with cardboard. There was another big announcement about minifigures this week too, that you can no longer custom print logos on minifigures. So a couple big things happening in the world of minifigures, and we'll touch a little bit on the logo thing first. A lot of people are worried that this is going to encroach upon things like Clone Customs and making custom minifigures of your own. As far as I can tell, LEGO specifically does not want people to print logos, so like the Nike logo, the Adidas logo, the Mega Constructs logo. Why does nobody do that? That would be so hilarious on LEGO torsos, because apparently they might lose their trademark to the LEGO minifigure if people keep doing this. And this is in direct contrast to the LEGO designer comments last year where they said minifigs are just a bonus in the UCS gunship. That's right, I brought the UCS gunship into the fray here. You gotta give me a like for bringing that one into it. Anyway, I think that's something people should be aware of. However, I don't think it's something that's going to majorly affect how most of us do anything with LEGO, to be honest. It only pertains to like logos on minifigures, not necessarily any other type of like custom minifigure that you may have purchased, be interested in purchasing, or otherwise. So yeah, that's an interesting one that came out. But even bigger for today's video, they are changing the packaging of CMFs for the second time. When CMFs originally came out back in 2010, they had this kind of aluminum foil bag, and that was the bag for many years. I think it was the bag for 8 or 9 years until they changed to a larger plastic bag. And what's interesting is, as LEGO has kind of gone on this whole crusade about environmentalism, and you know, obviously being better for the environment is a good thing. I'm not going to sit here and tell you they shouldn't be doing these things to help the environment. But it was interesting that they went and changed to this plastic bag here. And then inside of some of those plastic bags, they would just have another plastic bag. And it was like the funniest thing to me that they're like on their high horse about how we need to be better for the environment. And yet LEGO is just like, here's a plastic bag inside of a plastic bag. Why not just put everything in the one bag that it's already in? So like stuff like that was funny to me. But with this change from plastic to cardboard bags taking place in September of 2023, it is going to signal the end of me buying LEGO CMFs and collecting them at all. Like, I have been collecting like full series at a time, and it is kind of a ton of fun. There's some really fun minifigs in here. And I'm also kind of at a point like where I'll look at some of these and I'll see something like this cat minifigure. I don't need this in my collection. I don't care about this. There's a lot of things in the CMFs that I don't need to be collecting anyway, so I look at it as kind of a positive to not have to be collecting these. Now I kind of have my way out. I like it. And so they're switching to this cardboard packaging, which is unanimously hated by the community. I mean, everyone and their mother has told LEGO, do not do this. And they're doing it anyway, because they want to do it for the right reasons. Of course, even if they are doing it for the right reasons, the end result will be people being forced, essentially, if they want to collect CMFs, to buy more minifig packs, because it is now a truly random system. You can no longer feel the bags at all to figure out what is going to be inside, and therefore it is going to be a completely random 1 in 16 chance at any minifig you want. But it kind of sucks, right? Like, you can no longer just go in and figure out what you have. And then, of course, the ripple effects of this is that maybe more people will be pushed to buy from third-party sites like Bricklink or eBay. Bricklink, interestingly enough, owned by LEGO, so LEGO will still be skimming off some of those profits extra right back to LEGO. And so I think that's just an interesting angle to look at it from. LEGO's going to make more money on that end too. And as far as the redesigned packaging goes, it's really interesting that LEGO showed off all of these concepts, some of which are actually really cool. Like this minifigure front concept for the CMF box. That's awesome. So is the minifig head box. I think that actually might be the best one. Maybe it didn't present enough space for the shelf or whatever. But like, they had some really cool concepts, and they literally went with like the most bland one, where it's just a flat front, and then it's kind of like a battery box at the back for your AA batteries or your minifig. Like, yeah, it's kind of a lame box compared to what else was on the table, obviously. I think this is also going to lead to a lot more people opening CMFs in stores. I have seen this happening in stores throughout recent years, of course, and really throughout the entire history of CMFs, where kids, most likely kids, would come along and open the bags to see what's inside and kind of leave them on the shelf. And I've definitely seen that happen in my local stores. I'm sure a lot of you guys have too. But Now with blind boxes where there is truly no way of knowing what's inside, I think that this is going to be a big problem. I think there are going to be some pretty crazy effects of this that we really won't end up seeing until late 2023. So I'm very curious to see what happens when they actually change over to boxes, although I won't be buying. I should really say that, you know, if they do a Star Wars CMF, I'm obviously going to buy it, okay? Like, and I'm sure plenty of you guys would too. That's where they can make their money, right? And if they do like a Looney Tunes CMF or something that I really like, again, you know, I would be open to buying. But at the $5 price tag with, you know, CMFs in boxes, I just can't find myself supporting like crap like this anymore and buying it, putting it in a bag, and then putting it in this box. Like, that is what I have done with CMFs for years. And I'm over it, and I now have a way out. So we're going to use Whatnot to sell a bunch of these. Last night, I counted up how many bags were in this box, and to be honest, I immediately forgot, and then I was like, I'm not recounting. So there's just a lot of different bags of different series. I have quite a few complete series, like probably about 20 different series, just 100% complete. However, I want to keep some of the figures. I don't want to get rid of every single figure. So I think what I'm going to do, the best way to sell is like I'm selling all these Star Wars figures and whatnot. It's just individually, because I feel like if I, you know, try to be like, oh, it's Series 13, it's complete, except it's not complete, it's missing these 3 figures, and I don't know which figures, and like, it'll be more confusing for people. So we're going to go through some of these bags and figure out what I want to keep. We're going to go through Series 15 first. I don't know why, but this feels like the series that really got me back into CMFs when it came out. I just loved going after these shark guys. I think I ended up buying about 20 of them. It was just so much fun for me to go into the stores and try to feel for the little shark fins. And yeah, so this is a keeper minifig. He's going to go in the keeper pile down there. And honestly, the rest of these are probably going to be big sells. Ooh, that's a really good astronaut. I'm going to keep that astronaut. We'll keep him. But like, I don't know. Do I care about like a fencing character at all? Or like Farmer Joe? These are just minifigs I do not care about, nor do I need. The pig is kind of cool though. Maybe I will keep Farmer Joe. Sorry, Farmer Joe. I'm going to put you in the maybe pile. I have a goal to kind of collect all the Harry Potter stuff. I'll probably collect all the Harry Potter minifigs, but not all the sets at some point. So definitely going to keep the minifigs because Harry Potter is like one of the main themes I do on the channel anyway. Kind of have this thing in mind where in like my future house, I decorate by seasonal stuff, so I kind of want to keep all my Halloween series too. Same really for the Looney Tunes. I have a soft spot for the Looney Tunes. Can't get rid of Lola Bunny. That's a lot of keepers. Some of these have tie-ins to OG like Lego themes like Space Police. I like Space Police, so I'm keeping the Space Police figures. So to add these to my Saturday night Whatnot auction, I just have to press store, go into the auction. I'm going to add CMFs, and I don't want to list these all individually. One, I definitely do not know the names of all of them at all, and that would be a disaster waiting to happen. So instead, there's a much better system. Just put CMF, and then you do the quantity of however many CMFs we have. Right now, I've only laid out about 15 here, but realistically, I'm probably going to be selling about 200 CMFs. So I'm just going to put quantity 200, and essentially, if I don't sell them, it's no biggie, but I can go and sell up to 200 CMFs this live stream, and that'll be great. So I've gone through a bunch more series here, and we've got a ton more minifigs laid out that I'm going to be getting rid of, which is really good. There are some more keepers here, like the Vice City guy, which is really cool. The King here, I thought might be cool if I end up buying that Lego castle that just came out. Kind of keeping the policeman just because he's rare. I've got a few of the suit guys, like the Corpsman, Rocket Ship, Firework, just because, like, the suit guys are cool. I didn't keep all the suit guys, but just the ones that I liked. We have some more series here, and I have some, like, conflicting thoughts. So Harry Potter here is, I think, the second Harry Potter series. That's a keeper. We're going to throw that over there in the keeper pile. And then we have things like DC. I think this was the first series that hit $5, and I just don't care about most things in here. I'm probably going to get rid of most of this, even though it's like a named series about something I generally like. I really enjoyed the Lego Batman movie, but like I just don't have a connection to most of these things. I might keep the Batman suits just because, but like this rabbit gal, I don't know, just don't care about her. And then I do have the full Disney Plus series that just came out, and I've like considered getting rid of it because I haven't watched any of like the What Ifs, but I'm like, if I eventually watch the What Ifs, I'm probably going to want all of these, so another keeper pile thing, but also something that I could get rid of on a whim later on if I decide I don't want them. Kept too many LEGO Movie 2 figures, but you know, I like the LEGO Movie 2 and I'm proud, alright? Oh, I found the bagpipes guy. That's a mighty keeper there, hey? That was terrible. You know, when I started this video enraged, I didn't think I'd have so many keepers, but man, like, some of these figures are just too cool for me to get rid of. So, I've put aside about 160 minifigs here to get rid of, which is not a bad number. I'm hoping to, I don't know, maybe crack $1,000 total on all of that. I mean, I don't know how much I spent on it, but that wouldn't be a bad number to make on it, certainly. just kind of rough number. And then these are all my keeps, a lot more keeps than I honestly should have. Oh, and if you haven't signed up for Whatnot yet, you need to. You get a $10 credit for free with your first purchase, so make sure you check out my link in the description below. So the stream went swimmingly. I sold all of the CMFs I wanted to get rid of, and of course now I have to pack them away. There are so many of them. There are, I think, 80 on this that I sold as individual CMFs, which is a lot. But if you remember, I had almost 200 CMFs to sell. So to sell the rest at a faster pace, because it was taking forever to go one by one, even at 15 seconds a piece, I did a bunch of lots of like 10 or 8 minifigs in a bag. I think the very last lot I did 15 figures in a bag for 33, and you know, like I said, I wanted to make $1,000 selling all the figures. Like, fingers crossed, that was like my prayer number. So we're gonna count it all up and find out what I made. So here at the very top, we're on CMF number 46. That was this guy here, the Dojo fella. Surprisingly simple to ship this stuff. I literally just press create label. It creates the label for me, and then I just do Command P, Tab 2, Enter, and here it comes. Covers address. Woo! And he's good to go. So let me count up how much money we made, though, because I really want to know before I finish all this. So altogether, with the 7 or so, 8 lots that I sold, I made $417. Not too bad, but that means these last 80 figures, when I add them up, need to add up to about $600, which would be an average selling price somewhere around $8, I think. So I don't quite think it hit that as an average. I think average is probably like $5, $6, $7. So we'll see, but we're going to count all these up and find out. So I've done all the counting for the CMFs here. These lovely fellas all gone from my collection, and the lots went for 420 combined. All of the individual figures, all 80 here, all together were $702, which brings our total to $1,119 for all of the CMFs combined. Our total, like after fees and everything, is probably closer to about $1,007.10. So just a hair over $10,000, like total gross take home on that money. So I'm pretty happy with that, like just to get rid of the CMFs that I've been hoarding for a long time. So yeah, it feels pretty good. I'm going to pack up the rest of these orders so all the people that bought them can get them. If you guys want to check out Whatnot, you can with the link in the description below. You'll get $10 off your first purchase, which, like I said, could have netted you a free CMF or potentially free Star Wars minifig, whatever is what I usually do on my Whatnot streams. Let me know what you guys think about the big changes for LEGO minifigures in the comments section below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.